In the blistering Mojave, a hiker unearths a chilling secret, a rusted suitcase stuffed with cheerleader uniforms, tied to a 20-year-old mystery of 6 missing girls. What dark truths lurk beneath the sand? Will desperate parents unravel a twisted cult's grip? Stick around for heart-pounding twists that'll glue you to the screen. This story's fictional, crafted from real-life cases for education and entertainment. If you're hooked, smash that like button, subscribe, comment your theories, and share this video to keep the suspense alive. Don't miss the shocking finale. Join us now. The sun beat down mercilessly on the vast expanse of the Mojave Desert, turning the air into a shimmering haze that blurred the horizon. Alex Harper, a retired cop in his early 40s, wiped sweat from his brow as he trudged along a remote trail about 30 miles from Fresno. His loyal mutt, Buddy, a mix of shepherd and lab with sharp eyes and an even sharper nose, bounded ahead, sniffing at every cactus and rock. It was supposed to be a routine hike, just Alex clearing his head after another sleepless night haunted by old cases. But Buddy suddenly froze, ears perked, then exploded into frantic digging, paws churning up sand like a whirlwind. "Hey, boy, what have you got there?" Alex muttered, his voice rough from the dry heat. He knelt down, heart pounding, as Buddy unearthed something metallic and rusted a suitcase, half buried under a flat boulder. The lid creaked open under Alex's trembling hands, revealing a jumble of faded red and white fabric. Cheerleading uniforms, dusty, worn, but unmistakable. His mind raced back to that infamous case from 1995. An entire squad of young cheerleaders from Fresno High vanishing after a regional competition. 6 girls, all 14 years old, gone without a trace. Alex's cop instincts kicked in. He snapped photos on his phone, zooming in on the embroidered logos. This wasn't some random junk, it screamed foul play. He dialed the authorities right away, his voice urgent. "This is Alex Harper. I've found something in the Mojave looks like evidence from that old cheerleader disappearance. Send a team quick, it's eerie out here." Back in Fresno, the morning light filtered through the kitchen windows of a modest suburban home, casting long shadows across the breakfast table. Emily Thompson stirred her coffee absent-mindedly, her thoughts drifting as they always did to her twin daughters, Sophia and Olivia. They would be 34 now, if they were alive. What would they look like? Would they have kids of their own? The questions gnawed at her daily, a relentless ache after 20 years of uncertainty. Her husband, Michael, sat across from her, flipping through the local paper, his knuckles white on the edges. The phone buzzed sharply against the wooden table, jolting Emily. She glanced down Detective Ramirez. Her heart slammed against her ribs. "Michael," she whispered, voice barely audible. "It's the detective." Michael's head snapped up, eyes wide with disbelief. Detective Elena Ramirez had led the investigation back then, a case that went cold, despite massive searches and media frenzy. "Answer it," he urged, setting his mug down with a shaky hand. Emily swiped to accept, putting it on speaker. "Hello? Mrs. Thompson? This is Detective Ramirez. We've got a major update on your daughter's case." Emily's breath caught. "What kind of update? After 20 years? I can't explain over the phone," Ramirez said, her tone measured but laced with urgency. "Can you and your husband come to the station, soon as possible?" "We'll be there," Michael assured her. The call ended, leaving the kitchen in stunned silence. For a moment, neither moved, as if any sudden action might shatter this fragile hope. "Do you think?" Emily couldn't finish, the word found too dangerous to utter. Michael squeezed her hand. "Whatever it is, we'll face it together." They grabbed their keys and wallet, abandoning half-eaten toast, and were out the door in minutes. The drive to the Fresno police station felt endless, the city sprawling under the California sun knew strip malls and widened highways that their girls wouldn't recognize. The station parking lot was packed. Inside, the familiar scent of stale coffee and cleaners hit them. The receptionist nodded sympathetically, ushering them to a conference room. There, 4 other pairs of parents waited around a large table. Sarah and James Wilson, parents of Mia; Laura and Daniel Kim, parents of Zoe; Patricia Hayes, mother of Isabella; Carlos and Maria Gonzalez, parents of Sophia, all bound by the same nightmare. Detective Ramirez stood at the front, her dark hair streaked with gray now, lines etched deeper around her eyes. "Thanks for coming so fast," she said solemnly. "A hiker found something in the Mojave this morning connected to your daughter's disappearance." She clicked on a laptop, projecting an image, the rusted suitcase, lid ajar, uniforms spilling out like ghosts from the past. The hiker, Alex Harper, was off trail with his dog. Buddy caught his scent and dug it up. Patricia gasped, hand to mouth. "Those are their uniforms, red and white, just like that night." Emily leaned forward, straining at the dusty details. It was identical to what Sophia and Olivia wore for their second-place performance. Ramirez continued, "The site's remote, about 30 miles out. Forensics is processing, but it looks recently buried, maybe within the last year." "Recently?" Michael questioned, voice firm despite the tremor. "But they vanished 20 years ago." "That's what makes this chilling," Ramirez admitted. "Shallow grave, like someone expected no one to venture that far." "We need to see it ourselves," Emily demanded, surprising even herself with the steel in her tone. The other parents murmured agreement. Ramirez frowned but nodded after a quick call. "Fine, but stay behind the tape. Follow me, we leave in 15 minutes." As they filed out, Emily felt a mix of dread and hope surging. 20 years of wondering might finally end. She gripped Michael's hand tightly. But outside, as they headed to their car, Emily spotted several vehicles belonging to the other parents and one unfamiliar truck idling at the lot's edge, its tinted windows hiding whoever lurked inside. Her stomach twisted. Was someone watching? The convoy snaked through the Mojave under a scorching sun that felt like 110 degrees, the heat waves rising off the asphalt like ghostly apparitions. Emily Thompson gripped the dashboard of their SUV, eyes darting to the rearview mirror. That suspicious truck from the station lot lingered a few cars back, its tinted windows hiding whatever lurked inside. "Michael, that truck's tailing us," she whispered, her voice tight with unease. Michael nodded grimly, knuckles white on the wheel. "Could be reporters, or just coincidence. Stay cool." They pulled into the makeshift site, a barren stretch of sand dotted with police vans and yellow crime tape fluttering in the hot wind. Detective Ramirez waved them over, her face slick with sweat. The other parents clustered nearby, faces etched with desperate hope. Alex Harper stood off to the side, his dog Buddy panting at his feet. "Folks, this is Alex, the guy who found it," Ramirez introduced. Alex shook hands firmly, his sun-weathered skin rough. Buddy sniffed it out like a ghost was calling, eerie as hell. He went berserk digging. Emily stared at the suitcase on a folding table under a white tent, its rusted surface gleaming ominously. The uniforms inside were faded but familiar, red and white fabric that twisted her gut. Ramirez explained, "Buried within the last year, based on rust patterns and soil analysis. Shallow spot, like whoever did it figured no one hikes this far out." A chill ran down Emily's spine despite the blistering heat. Memories flooded back. Jonathan Hayes, the cheer coach, always too chummy with Michael through their gym business. She'd caught him once, his hand lingering too long on Sophia's shoulder during practice. "Too touchy," she'd muttered then, but Michael brushed it off as harmless enthusiasm. Suddenly, a voice boomed. "Emily, Michael, God, I came as soon as I heard." Jonathan Hayes strode up, his athletic build unchanged, silver streaking his once dark hair. He pulled Emily into a hug that felt chillingly cold, like embracing a shadow. "Those were my girls," he said, voice thick with feigned emotion. Emily pulled back, unease prickling her skin. "Something's off. Michael, he sold his fitness company right after the girls vanished. Hayes Fitness Group, remember?" Michael frowned but said nothing. As reporters set up nearby, Hayes mingled, offering condolences with that confident stride. Ramirez called for interviews. "Keep it brief." Emily stepped before the camera, hand in Michael's. "If Sophia and Olivia are out there," she said fiercely, "we're coming for you." We never stopped. Thirst hit them hard in the midday blaze. "Need water? Grab my bottle from the car," Emily said. They hiked back toward the parking area, the vast desert swallowing their footsteps. Near a cluster of rocks, Michael spotted something glinting. He knelt, brushing sand away, a star-shaped silver pendant with a red gem. Emily gasped, heart pounding like a drum. "Michael, this pendant, it's Olivia's, the one I gave them for their 13th birthday." Nearby, Fresh dig marks scarred the ground, and in the distance, that truck idled, its rear window sporting a blurry logo. CPF. Emily snapped a fuzzy photo. Those bastards were here digging. Heart-pounding fear just slammed me. They rushed back to Ramirez, showing the pendant. We saw men acting shady. Truck with a company logo, Michael explained. Ramirez's eyes narrowed. Don't play hero, this could be dangerous. We'll check it. But as the detective turned away, Emily spotted the truck peeling out in a dust cloud. We can't wait for cops, Michael, let's tail them now. Emily and Michael peeled out of the side in their SUV, dust kicking up like a storm as they chased the fleeing truck through the Mojave's rugged backroads. The terrain was brutal, bumpy off-road paths that jolted them like a roller coaster from hell. Slow down, Em, they're onto us, Michael hissed, glancing in the rear view. But Emily's foot stayed heavy on the gas, adrenaline surging. We have to know, Michael. That logo CPF, it's Hayes' old company. He sold it to Ethan Blackwell right after the girls vanished. Coincidence? I don't think so. The truck vanished around a bend, but they caught its dust trail leading to a dusty diner on the highway's edge, neon sign flickering open like a beacon in the wasteland. Burgers grilling inside filled the air with smoky allure, a slice of Americana amid the desolation. They parked discreetly and slipped in, choosing a vinyl booth in the corner. The waitress, Jenna Brooks, mid-30s, with tired eyes and a warm smile, approached with menus. Emily froze. Dangling from Jenna's ear was a silver star pendant with a red gem, identical to Olivia's. Excuse me, Emily said, voice low and urgent. That earring, where'd you get it? Jenna touched it absently. This old thing? A customer gave it years ago. Said he lost the pair in the desert, but it matched my eyes. Nice guy, tips well. Michael leaned in, casual but probing. Local? What's his name? Not sure if he lives around here. But he's pals with Robert Kingsley, owns a ranch about 10 miles out. We deliver meals there daily. Big orders for dozens of folks. Jenna nodded toward a corkboard wall plastered with photos. Locals, tourists, truckers. He's in those pics somewhere. Emily's pulse raced, chilling coincidence stacking up. She scanned the board, while Jenna refilled coffees. One photo showed a man handing Jenna the pendant, grinning beside a truck with that CPF logo. Jenna, Emily whispered, as the waitress returned, that pendant belonged to my daughter Olivia. She vanished 20 years ago with her cheer squad. Please help us. Jenna's face paled, hand flying to her ear. What? I was a cheerleader back then too. Hayes coached me briefly. He tried recruiting me for some special training, called it spiritual wives. Creepy as hell. I quit before it got weird. Said it was about enlightenment, but it felt twisted, like from his own messed up childhood or something. Emily's stomach twisted, wrung Ron, horror dawning. Hayes's motive wasn't just power, it was a warped cult born from trauma. That ranch Kingsley's? We think it's connected. Jenna hesitated, then nodded. I deliver there in 20 minutes. If you happen to follow, roads are public. She slipped away, leaving them buzzing. Outside, they tailed her motorcycle discreetly, the desert stretching endlessly. At the ranch turnoff, a high iron fence topped with security cams, they hung back. Michael tried calling Ramirez, but signal bars flickered weakly. Damn desert, no bars. Emily's eyes narrowed. You worked with Hayes' gym partnerships. Did you know he was a monster lurking in plain sight? Michael recoiled. What? No. He was just a business contact. Don't turn this on me. Tension crackled like lightning. They parked on a rise, watching Jenna hand off bags to a guard. Massive delivery food for an army. What ranch needs catering for dozens daily? Michael muttered. As Jenna left, 3 men emerged in a jeep, clothes matching the desert diggers. That's them, Emily hissed. The jeep roared past, then U-turned sharply. They're coming back, hold on. The jeep slammed to a halt in front of their SUV, forcing Michael to brake hard on the gravel road, tires screeching like banshees in the desert quiet. Dust choked the air as 3 burly men leaped out, faces shadowed under wide-brimmed hats. Out of the vehicle now, one barked, his voice gravelly and commanding. Emily's heart hammered wildly. No escape in this vast emptiness. They stepped out slowly, hands raised, the Mojave sun beating down like a merciless judge. The men frisked them roughly, confiscating phones and keys, then shoved them into the Jeep. "You two poked the wrong hornet's nest," another growled. The drive back to Kingsley's ranch was tense silence, the high fence looming like prison bars. Inside, the place was opulent manicured lawns, a sparkling pool reflecting the eerie blue sky, but an unnatural hush hung over it, like a graveyard at dusk. They were marched through a side entrance into a lavish study lined with bookshelves and Western art. Robert Kingsley waited behind a massive desk, a hulking man in his 60s, silver hair slicked back, exuding cold power in his tailored suit. "Mr. and Mrs. Thompson," he drawled, eyes calculating like a predator's. "You've been snooping around my property. Care to explain?" Emily straightened, finding steel in her fear. "We're looking for our daughters Sophia and Olivia, that pendant, the uniforms your men were digging in the desert. We know CPF ties back to Hayes." Kingsley's lips curled into a chilling smile. "Nosy folks like you stumble into hell without knocking. Hayes will decide your fate. He's the visionary here." He nodded to the guards. "Take them to the special quarters." Protests fell on deaf ears as they were dragged across the yard to a horse barn, its facade normal but hiding horrors. A hidden door in the back revealed stairs plunging into darkness. "Move," a guard snarled, shoving Michael forward. The air grew damp and musty, fluorescent lights flickering overhead like dying stars. At the bottom, a heavy metal door with an electronic lock beeped open to a sprawling bunker, concrete walls scratched with desperate pleas. "Help us. 20 years, don't forget." Three women huddled on cots, thin and pale, eyes wide with tormented caution. The guards bound Emily and Michael to a central pipe, then left, the door slamming with a resonant thud. One woman approached warily Sophia, her features aged but unmistakably her daughter's. Strong-willed yet haunted, she whispered, "Who are you?" Emily choked back tears. "Sophia? It's Mom and Dad." Sophia's eyes widened in shock. Another, Mia, fiery and angry, with a history of failed escapes, snorted, "Parents? After all this time?" Zoe, withdrawn and depressed, clutched a hidden scar, her secret alliance with Hayes for survival weighing like chains. Sophia knelt, loosening bonds. "He called us spiritual wives twisted from his abused childhood. Promised stardom if we obeyed his cult nonsense." Flashback words tumbled out, Hayes drugging them post, competition with syringes and gym bags, whispering enlightenment while they blacked out. They found an old journal under a cot, doodles of drug shipments through Mojave routes, CPF laundering millions in trafficking cash. Mia hissed, "That's their real game. Girls were just Hayes' side obsession." Gunshots echoed above, shattering the quiet. Sophia tensed. "They're cleaning house. We gotta escape, before they gas us." Panic rose, but the door creaked open. Hayes stepped in, demonic grin twisting his face. "Welcome to eternity, Thompson's now. Who dies first?" Hayes loomed in the bunker doorway, his silhouette casting a long, menacing shadow under the flickering lights. "Ah, the Thompsons reunited at last," he sneered, voice dripping with twisted delight. "You see, Ethan Blackwell's just my puppet. Kingsley's the money man, laundering millions through that ranch facade. Financial records upstairs show $50 million funneled into drug routes snaking across the Mojave, cocaine shipments hidden in fitness gear crates. CPF was never about health. It was my empire, born from the hell of my own childhood abuse. I saved these girls, made them my spiritual wives. Pure, eternal." Sophia lunged forward, eyes blazing. "You monster!" Olivia fought back, "And so will I." But Hayes laughed, a chilling cackle echoing off concrete walls. Up above, chaos erupted, sirens wailing, boots thundering. Alex Harper, the ex-cop hiker, had tailed Emily's SUV with Jenna Brooks after spotting them leave the diner. They'd alerted Ramirez, who mobilized a raid. Gunshots exploded overhead, heart-pounding bursts shattering the ranch's false peace. In the bunker, Zoe, pale and trembling, stepped up. I collaborated with him once," she confessed, voice breaking in betrayal shock. "Gave info to survive, but no more." She punched a code into the electronic lock, fingers flying from memorized glimpses. The door hissed open amid the pandemonium. "Run!" Michael yelled. They burst up the stairs into the barn, guards scrambling amid flashing lights. Emily grabbed a fallen pistol, adrenaline-fueled fury surging, and fired at a charging thug, the shot booming like thunder. He crumpled, buying them seconds. Outside, the ranch swarmed with cop cars and ambulances, floodlights piercing the night. Ramirez barked orders. Secure the perimeter. Files scattered from the house confirmed it all: abduction logs, drug ledgers mapping routes to Nevada borders, Hayes' journal ranting about his cult legacy. Hayes bolted for a hidden jeep, tires spinning gravel, but Ramirez's team cut him off 30 miles shy of Nevada. Cuffed and snarling, he was hauled back. Sophia, Mia, and Zoe emerged into fresh air, blinking at stars they hadn't seen in decades. Emily clutched Sophia, sobs racking her. "We found you alive." But confirmations crushed. Isabella died from untreated infection 5 years back. Sophia and Olivia executed in a botched escape 3 years ago, strangled as punishment while others watched. Parents reunited in tearful embraces: Sarah and James with Mia, Laura and Daniel with Zoe. Patricia and the Gonzalezes wailed at the loss. Michael held Emily tight. "We got justice for some." In interrogation, Hayes grinned maniacally. "There's more girls out there. My legacy lives in hidden bunkers across the Southwest." Ramirez's face hardened. "We'll dig up every inch." Twist hit like a gut punch. As teams scoured the Mojave, shovels unearthed shallow graves, old bones whispering of prior victims. Hayes' cult ran deeper, a network of shadows. The desert held more secrets, but for now, survivors breathed free. Yet Emily knew the nightmare's echo lingered. At the Fresno hospital, under a media frenzy of flashing cameras and shouting reporters, Emily Thompson held Sophia tight in the sterile hallway, the scent of antiseptic mixing with tears. "We never stopped. Baby, now heal," Emily whispered, voice cracking. Sophia nodded weakly, her hand clutching her mother's like a lifeline after 20 years underground. Michael wrapped his arms around them both, murmuring, "We're home now, all of us." Detective Ramirez approached, clipboard in hand, her face drawn but triumphant. "We got them all: Hayes, Kingsley, Blackwell. Facing capital charges. FBI's digging deeper. Those files linked to a nationwide trafficking ring, routes stretching from California to Texas, millions in laundered cash." She paused, eyes softening. "Your statements nailed it. Hayes' cult rants, the bunker horrors, it's over." Across the hall, joyful sobs mixed with anguish. Sarah and James Wilson embraced Mia, who vowed, "I'll testify, make them pay." Laura and Daniel Kim comforted Zoe, her secrets finally spilling in therapy sessions ahead. Patricia Hayes collapsed upon hearing of Isabella's infection death, while Carlos and Maria Gonzalez mourned Sophia's execution, their grief raw but laced with closure. "At least we know," Carlos said hoarsely. "No more wondering." For perspective, Dr. Elena Vasquez, an FBI profiler with decades in behavioral analysis, weighed in during a brief consult. "Cases like this expose how predators hide in plain sight," she explained. Hayes used trust from coaching, isolation in the Mojave's vastness, over 25,000 square miles of emptiness aiding secrecy. But community vigilance cracks them. Grooming starts subtle. Extra attention, promises of stardom. Reported early. Real lessons emerge starkly. Always flag suspicious behavior, like grooming in youth sports coaches crossing lines with special training. Use tech wisely. GPS trackers on kids' phones or watches could pinpoint locations fast. Support survivors through therapy. PTSD from long captivity warps minds, demanding professional care to rebuild. Families like the Thompsons faced group counseling, learning to navigate lost time and trauma bonds. A concise warning rang clear: in America's backyards, monsters lurk, stay alert, or the desert swallows secrets forever. Report suspicions to hotlines like the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE LOST. As days blurred into recovery, the Thompson family rebuilt in their Fresno home. Sophia slowly reclaiming life therapy sessions, walks under California sun. Scars remained, nightmares of Olivia's final fight, echoes of bunker dampness. Yet hope flickered. "We survived," Sophia said one evening, staring at stars. "And we'll keep watching for others." Eternal vigilance became their mantra, a shield against shadows that once stole everything.